Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Tech Shamans. Anthony, are you ready to get
Yes,
techie
sir.
today?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Get techie with it.
We are going to get
All that.
techie with it. That's all.
We are going to have
Getting
some
techie with it.
really fun stuff
We
for
are.
people who want to know how to do tech for their business. What a neat idea.
Yep. You're gonna tell them about software and stuff, and I'm gonna tell them about inexpensive equipment they can use in their own office, in their own house, in their own studio
Yeah.
if they want. And it's going to make it
Yeah.
simple for them to do their own podcasting in and out of the office. Yeah.
I think that's a phenomenal concept. I personally think that once your podcast gets serious, though, this kind of homebrew stuff has its limit.
It does.
So and that's when you got to call in a pro to help you. I happen to know one, so if you want to give me a call, I'll just have you talk to that guy over there.
We have a guy named Bob. He'll help you out.
Yeah, Bob or John, one or
Bob
the
is
other.
awesome.
You'll get either Bob or
So
John.
I'm gonna have our tech do a close up of the table, right? So people can see literally the stuff that they can use. Go ahead, man. Don't be scared. Nope. Do the other shot. That's okay. He's new. That's okay. That's
Johnny's
all
been
right.
new for 6 years. Okay, we
Yeah.
can't keep using the
There
same
you go.
line.
I know.
There we are.
There we go. Look at all of that beautiful beamed footage. I mean, we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about this.
Mhm.
We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about this. Yeah, and this.
Yeah, you got some really cool stuff there. I've got a couple of my own pieces that I use, so we'll be able to,
come on back.
Bounce off each other, and that will be tons of fun. Because some of the items you have there, I have used, and I think I also have a video that I sent you. Okay, that I made using some of this stuff out in the field, and I'll go over exactly what I used to do it.
So when you sent me that video and you sent me those images of that, what we're going to talk about, the first thing I said is, Anthony's not upgraded his phone yet.
Why do you think that?
Because the microphones you use are Lightning port, not USB-C.
You are correct, except, are you ready for this?
Yep.
I didn't shoot that on my phone. I shot that with my iPad.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah, and I'll show why I chose my iPad when we get there, because that's another fun thing. So rock and roll. John, you start with the tech. Have some fun.
Oh, well, okay. So let me see. The first thing we're going to talk about is the, do you see behind me how I have swatches of light and kind of gives me a little bit of depth, right? So in the field, you don't want to bring all this stuff. Now we have portable lights that we bring us. We're different, but I'm going to show you this little small rig portable zoom LED video light, right? And this thing right here literally is the size of a small flashlight, right? But it gives you the ability to have swatches behind you. Like, see the girl in the top, for me, it's left hand,
top
right?
left.
And you see the window, that's that light. It gives you
and that light is being broadcast from the top right down behind her.
Yes.
And yeah, that's brilliant.
And it gives you the ability to have that. You look like you're in a location where the light's coming through a window. Now, as he goes along with some of these pictures, I mean, that thing is tiny, and it goes on a.
How many lumens is that? Do you know?
You would ask that.
Of course.
And of course,
that is,
I'm not
that is what
I
do. That's okay. It'll come up in one of these images real soon. Don't worry about it.
It is. It is 10 watt.
Yeah, 10 watt, but how many lumens?
That doesn't. It doesn't say lumen. It just tells me what the wattage is. Which, and you and I deal with lumens and stuff like that. Most people do not. They just want to know how big the wattage, right? A 10-watt light bulb is basically what it is. But you don't want it. You don't want it where it's heavy. You want it where it's light.
But that's a 10-watt LED. So a 10-watt LED is like an 80-watt light bulb that you're pouring out there, and 80 to 100 watts is nuts when you got it concentrated like that.
And you can buy one of those cheap, inexpensive light stands that's got the quarter 20 on the top, and then boom. These things are only $52. And you come, and it comes with, if you'll back up, it comes with all of those accessories for you to use.
Yeah, that's 20 different inserts.
I have kits that do this that cost me $1,000, and I got 4 of those kits, so we can have that look on when we go do production. This little thing,
and
amazing.
I just want to say that if you take the second row down, second one from the left, that is your Empire, lighting on the Death Star wall panel. That is freaking amazing what you're able to do here and recreate. Notice that they do have the regular window with the 4 square, but then they have one next to it that you can throw straight, but it'll look crooked. So you can go either way with it. These are really well done, and getting these set up as your background will just give you so much light and texture. And you have to have something backlit. Yeah, you have to have backlit, or else you just look flat completely. So weird. What a great way to do it for $50. And this is rechargeable, right? It's not even batteries; it's actually rechargeable.
Yep, rechargeable.
Yeah, so you can leave it plugged in if it's always there in the one spot, or you can go ahead, take it, use it wherever you need it, and plug it in. That's a great idea. Do you have a link for that down in the notes?
I do. It will be not only in the notes, it'll be in the show notes for the show, so that everybody can go. We put links to every bit of this. Now we're going to jump down. We're going to skip, because that hack. We have a hack thing that we're going to show at the end of the thing, because we're more in a moral. So the one thing that, and actually we're going to jump down to number 4, which is what you put in, right? The shift cam.
Okay, which one was that? Oh, the shift cam
Pro Grip.
Yeah.
Now, funny thing is, I have the old version right here. He has the new version right there.
I have I have a newer version, but even since this one came out 3 months ago, now there's a newer version.
Yeah, that's
okay.
That's why I've not upgraded. This
thing is fantastic.
Yeah.
Just the way it is. And until you understand how this thing works, okay, so here's my phone, right? This thing clips onto the phone in the back using the same magnetic mount that all your new phones have. Boom, done. Now what it's done is it has turned my phone into a phone with a grip on it, much like a regular 35 millimeter camera. Correct. It Bluetooths directly on, and once it's on, it then will activate the camera. There's a button right up here at the top, just like a regular 35 millimeter camera. You can play with all that. But you notice this thing in the middle. This thing in the middle is two toys in one, okay, because it is both a mirror, so that the person in front can see themselves and what they're doing, but then it's also a ring light.
Oh, see.
And so you have the ring light as well. Yep. Hang on. It's even better, John, because the ring light actually comes off.
Oh, no way.
So you can position it, and it's magnetic, so I can position it pretty much anywhere else I need it in order to get my lighting right for my shot.
So now I'm curious if mine does
this thing is amazing. And by the way, it's not just flat mounted. It also opens on a hinge somehow.
Oh, so you can put it on the ground and
I'm not going to do it right now.
Yeah, don't do it right now. That's badass.
And it's got multiple different settings on the light, lighter, brighter, whatever. Okay. So yeah, this is all built into this one thing. And if that weren't enough, once you get it, you got it, all is well. But wait, there's one more thing. There's a tiny little button right here. When you press this button, all of these pretty little lights come on. on the side. Come on, where are you? There you are. Let's see. See all
Battery
those?
charger.
Battery charger. Now it's
Yep.
charging my phone while I'm shooting. So it's a full battery pack as well.
Yep.
This thing is just nuts in its ability to deliver functionality. And until you are holding a camera like this,
Yep.
you don't realize how much your hand sucks as a camera mount.
Right.
When you're doing it without
it. So do you have the hot shoe up top?
As ergonomic as it gets. No, I do not. You've got a hot shoe on yours, which
I have
is really
the hot
cool.
shoe, the charger, the Bluetooth, and the front is magnetic as well. So I could put that light on there, which would be monstrous.
But and you can buy a lot of these things separately.
Yeah. In the field, this right here is a game changer. And it also has, like on mine, it also has a 1/4-20 on the bottom. So if you really wanted to put this on a little, I have a baby tripod just for today, but you could put this on, again, a cheap light stand.
Sure.
Right?
Yep.
So
and a lot of people don't realize it, but yes, this is Bluetooth and connects in, but so's your watch.
Mm-hmm.
So you can set it up, go, stand in front, and run your camera from your watch.
Yep.
You don't have to go back over, hit record, run back out again, yada, yada. That is such a, that is all, because you can also check your angle.
Yes.
Because you get a live picture on your watch.
Yes, correct.
So it is remote viewing. So you can center yourself, get ready to go. All right. And then hit start. It'll give you a 3, 2, 1 timer and you're on.
Exactly.
So you get a chance to get your arm out of the way. It is bloody brilliant.
Now, the only thing about these that I do not like is the fact you cannot run a microphone into the port unless you're shooting in portrait. And who the hell shoots in portrait?
John?
Yeah.
Old mode.
What?
I can put my jack into this.
Can you really? See, new mode.
I can now.
No, you have new mode. I have old mode, and you cannot.
Yeah, I was saying you have old mode, but there's the jack right there. Now, by the way, this is going through my case. Okay?
Yeah.
This is going through my Otter case. And yet it's still working this well.
Yeah.
So, on the magnet side.
So,
but then, no, I can connect my microphone.
Well, I mean, I can do it through Bluetooth.
But, no, I'm talking actual plug-in.
Yeah, I know.
To the jack.
Yeah. I guess I could if I put the phone way out and leave it in there and then push it back. I probably could, but I've not played with that.
I wouldn't mess with it.
So now I see you do have one of the new phones. So so what we're going to talk about now, first of all, let's go. This game changer, not expensive. No. If you can get one, and it's made by Shift Cam.
Yeah, Shift Cam. And
definitely worth the
honestly, money. Watch them for sales because I wanted one of these for Christmas. I didn't get it. So I took my Christmas money and went out and I bought one, and it was like $120.
Right.
And to be able to get all the Bluetooth functionality, all the lighting, as well as the battery backup, for my phone, which I had to use yet. I had this with me and my phone was dying yesterday. I was out in the field working on something. I was able to slap this thing on it and charge my phone, even though there was no electricity around. So that was kind of nice. But yeah, so it definitely serves a lot of really cool purposes. And, you're looking at like $129 for the starter kit, which is what I have. Yeah, it's almost a no-brainer, especially if you have to do any kind of product shots, outdoor shooting.
Add a camera. Try to bring number 3 in.
You're working on a job site, and you want to get really good photos of the of the work you're doing. This is fantastic because the other thing it does is if you're shooting video, it's not just the stills, but shooting video really helps you keep your hand steady and your angle, sharp, because you're not focused on trying to balance the phone and hit the buttons and do all the wonky stuff.
Right.
The only thing you're doing with your thumb is zoom up and down. And so you're zooming in and out with your thumb. Everything else is done through the controls on the handset. Right. I freaking love it. I think it's amazing.
Well, I tell you what. So we're gonna jump because we were literally talking about the microphones.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about your microphones first, and then we'll come back and talk about my microphone. Right. So
Yeah.
the microphone you said you gave us, I don't even know who makes these. Because
there's no way to find out. It is the funniest thing in the world.
6 different versions, right? But
yep,
they work really well.
They really do, especially at the price point, which we'll get to later.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the set I just bought. And
well,
I have had...
Before you go into it, let us show a video.
Yes. Oh, all right.
We'll show that video and we'll show the product in action. And then we'll come back and... Yeah.
Oh, hey. Are you lost? I don't mean out here in the woods. I mean, are you lost in the marketplace? Is your business the first one people think of when they need your product or service? You say, if you're struggling to find customers, then the answer is probably no. And let me guess, you're being crushed by the big names. Amazon, Walmart.
Yeah. I want you to start...
Oh, hey. Are you lost? I don't mean out here in the woods. I mean, are you lost in the marketplace? Is your business the first one people think of when they need your product or service? You say, if you're struggling to find customers, then the answer is probably no. And let me guess, you're being crushed by the big names. Amazon, Walmart, Starbucks, Home Depot. They dominate, and it feels like there's no room for you. But here's the thing. You can stand out. You can be the business that people think of first. You can be the top of mind solution for your customers, for the solutions they are looking for. And the secret? It's your brand. Now I know what you're thinking. But Anthony, I have a brand. I already spent good money on my logo. Here's the truth. A logo is not enough. Your real problem, you don't have a brand path.
Okay.
This is what's wild. Go ahead.
I really miss the hiss. I really miss the wind blowing and the leaves rustling, and I miss all that. But guess what?
Hold on. The stream in the background right next to me running over the rocks.
Yep.
The wind. That's what was wild. I actually, when I did my final video, I had to put sound effects back over the video because there's no background noise at all. I was about 40 feet from the camera when I opened that video. That's why I wanted to make sure we got it from the beginning.
Oh, it was there. You just didn't hear it.
Never change it. Well, that's just it. There was no audio, so you couldn't tell. It's not like I got louder as I came closer to the camera. That's what makes it wild.
Right.
And this thing, they actually have like a 50-yard range or something stupid like that. It's insane. So you can like be, like downwind of a football field.
Right.
And come on back, walking back up, from the center line, and always have your audio exactly the same. And it's a phenomenal product. And all it does is, whether you have a USB-C 3 or you've got a lightning port or whatever you have, it just plugs into your device. And so like right here, I've got this plugged into my iPad.
I'm going to correct you on something. It is not USB-C. It's only lightning port.
It's available for that. Oh,
no, it says right there, not compatible with USB.
No, that is correct, because that's the one I picked, because that's just the Apple one.
Oh, they have a version of it. Yes.
They have a version for USB-C. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can get either one. And what I found, the reason I did this, now this will work on my phone, it'll work there. 2 more amazing things. The first thing I'm going to do is, there are 2 different versions of this one. You notice there are 2 lav mics in this picture?
Mm-hmm.
That's because they will both connect, and you can have 2 people laved up having a conversation from 50 feet away.
Yeah.
And the sound is phenomenal on both of them. But what I was doing, the reason I was using my iPad is because I was using this nifty keen little piece of software, which I will show you, which is the teleprompter software that this thing comes with. Okay. And this teleprompter software, we're going to go ahead and start it because I'm actually recording here. Okay. Are you lost? No, I don't mean lost in the woods like these where I am right now. I mean lost in your marketplace. Oh, it won't work because I don't actually have the lav.
No, you have to have the lavalier hooked up to it. Yeah.
Yes, so you do. Here it is.
Automatically, it'll scroll for you.
It's now hooked up. Are you lost? No, I don't mean lost in the woods like these. You see it? Yeah. And lost in your marketplace. Is your business the first place? Automatic scrolling for your teleprompter. And so here's your camera, here's your microphone, here's your teleprompter, all in one. This is a game changer if you need to be doing product demo videos, something. This is not professional quality. This is, I'm shooting on the fly. I'm putting this on social media. This is what I need. You can have a script. You can have great lighting. You can have awesome audio. You may need to put sound effects back in.
Yeah.
Because it won't get them.
We did find that when we were using
second mic and put it out next to the stream. Okay, you can do that too. But yeah, I mean, I used one of these in a windstorm and there was nothing.
Yeah.
I was just blown away, in the windstorm. The amazing part about this one though is the price.
Yeah, it's like $39.
25, boss.
Yeah, depends on
25 for the dual.
Yeah.
I get these on eBay.
Okay.
I go to eBay, I look them up. I get the pair for 25, or you can get the single for like 20.
Right.
Well, they both work the same, so get the pair because you never know when you need it.
I was gonna say, you might as well get the pair. Now, what I don't like about them,
because then if you drop and step on one, you still got the other one too.
What I don't like about them is they don't last that long.
What's that?
Battery life is not a long time.
Really?
Yeah,
I have not had that issue. I've been able to go a couple hours with them without too much trouble.
Yeah, but 2 hours straight?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I will leave them on the desk after using them for a week and put them on and use them again for another hour.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
we've used them at conferences they died quick. So
really?
Yeah, I got an hour. Now I'm saying when I say I got 90 minutes when they're straight on. We literally went from person to person to person. Yeah.
Yep.
So they burn.
And again, get two, and guess what? What you have here, you as the host have a lav mic, okay? And then you can be somebody carrying a microphone.
Yeah.
And you can just hold it out and use it as a mic. And you go back and forth with it as well, same thing.
Yeah.
But now you've got, and so all you do is make something to plug it in because the clip does come off the back.
Yeah.
So all you need to do is put it in a piece of PVC pipe, paint it black, boom, now you got a mic. And you're working. So these things are so flexible with what you can do with them. It's nuts. Yep. And for $25.
For $25.
How do you freaking go wrong?
I know, right? Holy crap.
Yeah.
So we're going to, because I want to get into the software too, so I'm going to hurry through here. So remember we showed you the small rig light in the beginning?
Yep.
So I'm going to show this right here. This is a small rig mount. Your phone goes in here. Now this does not come with it. These do. So these are good. I mean, they're good rigs where you can actually hold double. I got to stop using my arm because my doctor watches this and he's going to yell at me. So you can put stuff here on the bottom. There's 2 hot shoes, 3 quarter 20s, hot shoe of push through. And then the top of these have as well. And this is made by Small Rig, $45. And it's phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Yeah, that is gorgeous. I mean, and so many options on it. This is
I have that
the piece you and I played with. Yeah, you and I both have these. And they are phenomenal because you can go ahead and you've got your phone mount here, you've got the lights top and bottom.
They're Bluetooth.
These are nice because they've got dimmers on them.
Yep.
Woo! Okay. Yeah, it's all Bluetooth in. It has a regular AC adapter, so it can just stay on and stay plugged in because you can put it right on the tripod. And then it comes with the lights. These come with gels. They're phenomenal, and I think this one was like $65 or something.
Yeah, and it comes with one battery.
Yep.
And it's
but the battery lasts a long time.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
So,
but the back of it has 2 battery slots.
Yes, you can put so
you
like
can slot 2 batteries onto it.
By the newer lights, they last the longest forever. I mean, I used that version you have. I used that thing, and I think I shot 8 hours with it with 2 batteries, big batteries.
Yep, it's crazy. And again, but the reason we're doing this is so you don't have to experiment.
Right, exactly.
Okay, at home.
And trust
me,
we
have done all this crap.
So I'm going to jump over to cameras real quick. So if my tech will bring back that shot, the first one I'm going to show you. Now, this is a Mocos camera, right? And this right here is USB. Now, the one we're going to show you pictures of is the one that I recommend, because it's not only USB, but it's also HDMI. Come back to the reaction shot, please, and that way we can show that picture. It's a killer little camera, and they're like $129. I'm not sure if he has pictures of it or not. I'm hoping he does, but if not, then I could have swore we had pictures of it. But anyway, there we go. So this right here.
Oh, look at that.
Now, the good thing is,
oh my God.
Let me show the back, please. USB, HDMI. Those are outs, not ins. On the back, right? So it's 12 volt, and you can do it with a plug, or you can do it now right here. This thing gives you the ability to zoom in and zoom out. It's a digital zoom and a digital zoom in and digital zoom out, and it can be a camera, and it can be a video camera, right? Which is absolutely crazy. Now, it will power through DC, or it will power through USB. So you can literally set this up as a webcam, and it is 4K. It's got a quarter 20 on the bottom. It has an onboard mic. You can actually record. You can record on this as well if you have a way to power it, and it has a remote, which is absolutely phenomenal. So if you're using the USB, if you're coming out HDMI, you can give it, and you can actually adjust it. You can adjust your colors. It's for the cost. It's badass. Now, I'm going to jump.
This
over.
Looks like one of the cameras that they have, because it's small enough. It looks like it's one of the ones that they like have a suction cup mount, and you put it in the middle of your computer screen.
You can do that too.
So that you're always making perfect eye contact. And you
I have those.
Have to go off and use software we can discuss.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have the mounts
adjust
for
your
those.
eyes. They even make that. Yeah.
So there's the version I have. I have several of these, and it's zoom, wide, and iris. It allows you to control all 3. Not remote, but it allows you to control. Now, I'm going to jump over to the next one here. And this one is become my all-time favorite. They're not cheap. They're like $380. But what you can do with them is absolutely, they're called the Zoom Q8N 4K. This is a monster little camera. Let's go back to my shot over here. I don't know if I can reach that or not. Yep. All right. So, to me, oh, am I going the wrong way? There we go.
Wrong way, John.
So this right here, and he'll show pictures of it. This little monster, right, is 4K. It's got a digital zoom. It's got 3 onboard mics. It has 2 XLR ons, which gives you the ability to use professional grade microphones, right? And then the very top module that you see there, which we have a foam cover for wind, becomes an ambient room. These are going to be what we use for paranormal investigations. And on the back gives you all your controls. It has a digital zoom, and it also has a digital, you can choose with your indoor, outdoor, auto, whole 9 yards. You put your own micro SDs in there, and the batteries you can get. So I've ordered from Neewer tons of backup batteries. You have headphones out. Now, this can be used as a HDMI out, and you can go to a switcher, which we do in studio. We'll take 4 of these, go out in the field with an ATEM Mini, and do a full switch, right? A full switch. And then we'll come back to my shot real quick. Then we will use these. Yeah, there we go. These Sures, right? The SM7 Vs. And because these can come out.
Right, that's a microphone.
XLR and your headphones on there. So each one of these cameras can carry 2 microphones. And then you bring that through. You can either come to a board or bring it right to the camera and bring it in. Not only does this do that, but this camera also can act like a webcam. And the back flips out so you can actually see your shot, but it's 4K. Right? See, like this young man right now.
This
he's
looks
filming
like
himself.
You are up to a point where, you could do this yourself, but having somebody come out and help you with it sounds like a really smart idea.
It is.
Okay, for the first setup with the switchers and everything else to make sure you're getting it done right. Yep. And you're not just screwing around for 3 days because, oh my God, you missed a switch.
Right.
Okay, but this is nuts. That ability to put 2 microphones into it. This is the perfect mini podcast setup.
Yes.
Yes, you could do a single camera shot.
Hold on, that shot that's right there on the top. See that top? That module can come off, and you can add another XLR input. So you can actually technically do 3 if you wanted to.
Okay.
And the reason we've gone with
even
these,
just the 2 mics, wow.
Yeah. So when we have a mini podcast setup with us, right, we can walk around. This is the greatest thing in the world. You can take this little camera, and you can put your card in it, and you can go around and you can film B-roll footage, bring it back to your producer. He can throw in these clips, and you can play them while on site.
Nice.
So, they're
nice. Yeah, so you can basically live stream, but because you've got a switcher, you can add in the B-roll video footage into what you're streaming live from the show.
That is correct.
That is awesome.
Yep.
That is absolutely awesome. So it's not that much different from what we're doing here where we're shooting this live, but then we have B-roll footage or images that we're using here. Absolutely phenomenal. Now it says Zoom on the side. Is this related to the company Zoom?
No.
Okay.
This is a company that stands up. Zoom has been around for a long time. Like we have an H8 that sits in the studio that when we go out and do paranormal stuff, one person does my audio. And so all the microphones that we use, which we use the torpedoes that look kind of like what's on the bottom of this module right here. And so that fits. And it goes in there. And then we have one camera. We come out. Yeah. Anyway, it's a field recorder that is a monster. So it's some of the best companies you'll ever get a hold of for mobile stuff.
Now, do you need the switching board in order to use the camera?
No.
Or will it dumb down and you can use it as a regular camera and pump it straight into your laptop or your desktop or whatever
USB-C
and stream from there?
Yep, USB-C.
Nice.
Yeah, it is
nice.
It is one of the coolest little cameras. Originally, Zoom sent us 2 to put through its paces, and I put it through its paces, and it.
Oh, I'm sure.
Absolutely 100% for quick film podcast setups on that. Best thing you'll ever get a hold of in the field.
Now, one thing I'm going to say, and I need you to correct me on this, but it'll shoot 4K until you zoom in because it's a digital zoom.
It's still 4K.
As soon as you zoom in, do you lose your 4K?
Nope. The algorithm works with it. Yeah. Now.
Okay, so it normally as soon as you zoom, it turns off the 4K because it's like it can't process that data at the zoomed in range. You can do one or the other.
That's what we thought. And we got a hold of, and so when we're editing it, right? So you can zoom in while you're recording.
Yeah.
You can do a fast cut.
And it doesn't and
Nope.
it doesn't dumb down.
Nope.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nope. It just goes
Wow.
in on. It just does a digital zoom in on the wonderful thing that you're shooting.
And
So
stays
that's
on the 4K
yeah.
software.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
crazy because virtually anybody else who's doing that,
Yep.
it kicks it out as soon as you use your zoom lens because I mean, you're zooming in, you've got less pixels to work with,
Yeah.
and so it no longer it says I can't do 4K on this because I'm only looking at a piece of the picture.
Yeah.
I can only do my whole picture at 4K.
Yep.
And yet this is overriding that, and it's software zooming in, still giving you probably really good resolution.
Yeah.
And yet not dumping you out of the 4K parameter.
And you want to know the
freaking phenomenal.
So, as an audio guy, where I started, the one thing that most cameras piss me off the most about is the fact that when you record to a camera, it mixes your audio. Not this camera. This camera. So, say I'm using ambient because I want ambient, right? Say I'm using both microphones, ports coming in. So it gives me mic 1, mic 2, and gives me ambient separate.
Wow. So it gives you 3 tracks that you can edit from underneath.
Yep.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I know when I'm shooting stuff, I've got like 3 stationary cameras.
Yep.
But then what I do is I set my iPhone up with one of these.
Yep.
So I've got a 3-camera shot.
Right.
The iPhone is just like sitting in the back of the room.
Yeah.
And it is my single audio input because it's so clean and so clear. And so I do a 3-camera shot with 4 cameras. The 4th camera is just it's terrible video. It doesn't matter. I'm only using it to lock in the audio tracks on all of them. And then as I edit across, I can then do all that fun stuff. That's really complex stuff for
here's something that
major shoots.
We did this with we had 3 cameras, right? We put 2 microphones on each. So that gave us the ability to have 6 microphones. We brought the audio into a switcher and we did a live switch. But then after the fact, we went back, pulled all the files down, followed the master switch, and we adjusted audio for 6 different people. Badass.
Some people think we overthink things, and they're right.
Yes,
but it's because
I do.
Care.
It's what I do. Right, exactly.
But it's because we care. It's because we need it to be good.
Yeah.
And if you're working with somebody who's supposed to be doing your work like this,
right,
you don't want good enough.
No.
You want good.
Nope.
You want good.
You want badass.
I had a guy come to me. He was a student. His stuff was phenomenal, but his audio was weak.
Yep.
And I brought it in. I messed with it. I took off all the high end, and it just because it was like black nighttime fire. And when I took off the high end, I took out all the hiss, I took out all the background noise, all the everything, and suddenly it was like black velvet sound with the fire, and the difference it makes, just that little bit of a change, does wild things to your entire emotional experience watching a video.
Yep.
And the only, people will forgive bad video. They will never forgive bad audio.
Exactly. So
you cannot have hiss, skips. You can't, nothing. It's got to be good. Just like what we're doing. We
talked about some great stuff like the Teleprompter Pro software. All this is going to be in the show notes. So anybody can click on it and go find it.
Yep.
So now I want to jump into, because we only got 16 minutes left, 17 minutes left.
Whatever.
So we're going to talk about, now that you've gone and shot all this, right? You got some good stuff, right? Well, now what are you going to do with it? You're going to pay someone like me.
You're going to leave it on the camera and hope someday you figure out what you're going to do with it.
Yes. Right.
Wait, like 9 years later, you finally see this on YouTube, and you go back and you watch it.
Remember, I got the video of Kash Patel getting sworn in. Well, that was 8-9 years ago. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, really. Hold on a minute. I can finally post it.
So now you got to put all this stuff together. And then what do you do with it? You just going to hold on to it, or you're going to put it out there on social media? So that's where Anthony starts coming in.
And how do you do that? Okay, there are many ways. The two ways that I advocate for, one is you can, upload it somewhere. I like Rumble, okay, because I never have to worry about it going away. And then I will have it buried on my own website, whatever, if I'm using it in a post, a blog post, an article, something that I'm using it in. So then that's where that video appears. And then I can go ahead and I can set within the website that I want this article to be posted on Tuesday morning at 7 a.m. and it'll automatically post to my to the website at that time. And then I have it set on my website that Tuesday mornings at 8 a.m. It scoops everything I've posted in the last 7 days and it sends that out in emails to everybody. And then it also automatically from the website sends it out and it posts it out on my social media accounts, on pages, on my personal page, whatever it is, LinkedIn, wherever it is I need it to go. So you can handle all of that in the back of your website. A lot of people don't know they can do that, but there's another way to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. And that is using dedicated software that is specifically designed to do this stuff, regardless of what kind of website you have, going through all that stuff to get the multi-$1,000 website built for you that does all this stuff automatically. There are various softwares out there. What's funny is John posted one that he was like, I want to talk about this one, not knowing that I have had that software since it first betaed to the market, and I got in on a lifetime license.
That's what we did. Yep.
You did too? Oh, that's hilarious that we both did the same thing.
It's heropost.io.
Yep.
And this is absolutely fun. And actually, the new version of this will actually help you cut up video. So if you have a long form,
the one that now has AI, it will now go in and use its brain and chop it for you.
Yep.
To make your reels, to make your whatever it is you want to do with it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And to me, the best thing is, so we have the ability to do all that stuff, right? We edit our videos, we cut our videos. I use also a product called Opus Clips, which absolutely love. Not cheap, but not too expensive. But if you go in and you get the new lifetime version of this heropost.io, so like with us, we create our content, we put it all in a vault, and then we go, okay, one of us sits down on a Monday morning or a Sunday afternoon and go, okay, we schedule all of our posts for a week. You don't want to go beyond that. You can go months, but
you can go months.
You put up your video,
and
then
if you have standard static stuff, you can go out months.
Right, you can. So, but this will allow you to post to every single media platform out there. Everything.
Yeah, it is pretty packed. One of the really cool things is, Facebook, here's an important note. If you have a Facebook business page, put up one post a day, no more. Because Facebook shows your post to 40 people, regardless of whether you have 400 followers or 4 million.
Right.
It shows that post to 40 people. And based on how those 40 respond, it then decides if it's going to show it to more.
Yep.
If you put up 2 posts in a day, it then sends them to 20 each, and you'll never hit the numbers.
Yep.
For either of them because you cut your sample in half.
Yep.
So that's why it's crucial. You only ever post once a day. But there are other platforms, like take Twitter, for example.
X,
where if you do not post, you can post the same thing multiple times in a day. Otherwise, it just runs too fast. People are going to miss it. So you got to do it several times. You'll say, how many times do you want me to post this thing? How many days in a row do you want me to post this thing? Okay. And that's where you can actually, if you create something that is fairly static for your brand, something about a specific brand promise that you're making, or some element of whatever that is consistent regardless of the time of year or what it is you're doing. You want this particular piece of brand imagery, you can program it out forever.
Yeah.
And it will just run. And next Tuesday it'll run. Excuse me. And then the next Wednesday it'll run. And 2 weeks after that it'll run. And 2 weeks after that it'll run. And this same post will keep coming up over and over and over again. And thanks to the AI element, which, by the way, good company, because I paid for the original non-AI, nothing else in it. That was it. Okay. I got the base model. When they added the AI and it became Hero Post 2.0, they said, yeah, well, we set all upgrades. Boom. They gave me the full AI upgrade for free.
That's
Everything
awesome.
came in. Good company to work with. Okay, that's phenomenal. But what it does is AI can then also help write the content for the posts.
Yeah.
If I'm remembering correctly, so that it's not exactly the same thing that's going out. It can adjust it. It is pretty awesome software.
Yep.
It's even more awesome when you could, when you were, lucky enough, smart enough, whatever, okay, to buy it 6 years ago when it debuted. But even now, you got to look at the value. What is it doing for you?
Yeah.
What time is it saving you? And yes, it may take you an hour every week to go in and do all this, but for God's sake, it's saving you an hour a day after that, or 2 hours a day, because it's off to do everything the way you need it done.
Yeah.
And it knows, it's smart, and it works. Phenomenal marketing software. Highly recommended.
So I want to go back to a product called Opus Clips. Opus Clip.
Yeah.
It's opus.io, I believe. I think it's Opus. I mean, just look up Opus Clip. I like this because all we do is long form, right? That's all we do. So it allows us to upload our long form. It goes through the software completely and goes this, and it will rate it.
Nice.
Right? It will rate it for going, this is 99%, it's 90%, at 88%. And you pick the ones that you want, and then you download them and you put those on for social media. Now,
over to Hero Post.
Yeah, over to Hero Post. That way you've got two pieces of software that's running just as fast as, you can get it. And it's kind of funny. Sometimes it'll do the same clip, but it'll stack them. Even though, so me and Anthony right now are top, or when we go to a 2-box, we're double, right? It will take those and put us on top of each other to keep us in that portrait mode, because it knows portrait is what you need. It does captions. It does transcripts so that puts all that stuff in it for you. So you literally upload and it fixes it. I'm telling you, you can't get a better piece of software. So
you just sold me. Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. It ain't cheap, but it's not too expensive, right? So, I mean, sometimes you got to remember you get what you get for free. It just,
oh yeah,
no watermarks if you're paying for it, watermarks. So I want to jump to something real quick. I follow this young guy online, and everything he talks about, it's always about how to be hacked, how to be safe, how to do this. So I'm going to play a video real quick, and we'll come back after this, because this dude is just sharp as hell.
This is a cool one. Looks like a mint container, right?
What is this, Ryan?
So that is an ESP32 that has the ability to replicate network names and shut down devices on Wi-Fi networks. So let's say I wanted to disable your Ring cameras and all of your iPhones in your house. I could plug that thing into this power brick over here and just start dropping people off the network. For example, I walk up to your house and I de-authenticate your Ring cameras. There is no evidence I ever was at your house, and there's no local storage on that device that will have a recording of me being at your house. So just that little thing alone right there would make me essentially a ghost when it came to your cameras.
This kid is he's been on the Sean Ryan show, and now Sean Ryan is I don't know if he's Delta Force or he was a SEAL. I think he was a SEAL, right? He's a technology guy.
Yep.
I mean, big buffy dude, you know. This kid scares the shit out of Sean Ryan. Scares him to death. He was sitting on one of the interviews he did. He goes, oh, hold on. He pulls out this little bitty, I mean, it couldn't have been that big, right? And
Yep.
he was doing it. He goes, so this is your website, or this is your internet.
Yep.
I'm already in it. I can tell you how many people have, how many computers you have. Because I'm not going to do anything. But he goes, I'm just letting you know nothing is secure. This dude is phenomenal. You know, so I follow all this stuff every week. We're going to throw a little tip up from him. Just because guys like that. I mean, I thought I was nerdy techie with all this stuff. He makes me look silly, like I'm a newborn.
He's doing, this is the kind of stuff that, you know, Mission Impossible kind of stuff is what he's doing.
He is that.
Okay, he's
that one nerdy guy.
Vin Rames, you know, sitting there in the back doing all the stuff.
Yep.
You know, absolutely incredible. And you got to be aware. You know, this is what gets me is I have probably 8 to 10 times a day, I get an email saying your Apple iCloud account is about to expire.
Right.
And over and over and over again. And every now and then I will go check my iCloud to make sure there's no issue. But of course, I don't go through them. I don't go to the link they give or anything like that, because, you know, the number one easiest way to self-diagnose whether it's a scam or not is to simply look at the email address it came from.
Yep.
And it will say, you know, Facebook Meta team, you know, Facebook customer service. It'll say, you know, Google, but you open it up and it's like HJGG7,
right.
you know, dot, you know, mingbun.io dot, you know, Sam. It's like, what the hell is that? Okay. That is a scammer.
And there's another one going around that they want you to pay your tolls.
Oh my God, yeah. Those are coming in by text.
Yep. Pay your tolls.
Those are coming in by text. They are, now, I think that might be a Florida thing, okay, because it's nuts in Florida.
Yep.
Yeah, because there's so many, and maybe what happened was SunPass got hacked, or there's a way to get the list of people with SunPasses.
Yep, and
there you go.
Email. So, one more piece of equipment that I want to
all of the
I want to show this piece of I've got it ordered, so mine's not here yet. I was hoping to be here for the show. But this is the coolest little USB hub that I think I've ever seen.
Oh yeah.
This thing is badass. You can turn them on and off from the front. So if you don't need to power a light or a fan or another piece of equipment.
Are those like classic old-fashioned toggle switches?
Yes.
Oh, that's nuts.
Yes.
That is so retro.
Yep. It comes in a 15 watt, a 35 watt, and he's going to show here in a second. It comes with this audio controller.
Okay.
Yep. And it's RGB, of course. Everything today's got to glow. Right?
Of course.
But
that gives you volume control over anything that's plugged in through it?
Yep. Yeah.
Damn.
Yes.
That looks like fun.
You could put a microphone on
$59.
that. Yeah. I mean, dude, seriously. So I ordered the 35 watt hub just because it's cool. Do I need it? Absolutely not. I don't need it.
No, of course not.
But I think it's cool.
Now, here's my question.
Yeah.
I see LED power switches.
Yeah.
Can you think of anything that I can use as an LED dimmer? I've got these 110 lights here. I'd love to have a dimmer and not have to go build one out of a wall switch and, a power cord and all that kind of crap.
And how are they fed? Are they USB or are they 110?
No. I've got 110s.
Okay.
Okay. And so that's what I'm trying to figure out is how to run those.
Gotcha.
Because I am certain that LEDs can just be dimmed. Okay, that's not an issue.
Not really. They'll flicker.
No?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
No.
yeah.
You have to have
Okay,
the.
good call. Good call.
There
You have to
are
have a dimmable LED.
there are dimmable LEDs, but
Yes.
you have to buy them as a dimmable LED. If it's just the
Yeah.
off of Temu or Alibaba and shit like that, they're not dimmable, and because what happened, they'll start flashing on you because they need that.
Or you just buy the lights that you can get. You can get some gorgeous LED lights at Tractor Supply or Harbor Freight.
Yeah.
Okay, absolutely fantastic for that.
Yeah.
But they're static, and so what you got to do is use gels on those instead.
Yes.
That's just how you dim those.
Yeah, I had some shop light works, the shop work lights that are LED.
Yep.
And just for shits and giggles, I put them on a dimmer switch.
Sure.
And it was like a strobe light.
Yeah.
And then they just shut themselves off, which is funny. So we've got 30 seconds left. So look, if you've got anything you want us to look at, or you've got questions for us, send us emails.
Yeah.
Or follow us at Facebook. And you can direct message us there. We will be glad to get some information to you, or even do it on the show if we think it's cool enough. Especially if it's tech. I love tech.
Yeah. If you like how we analyze stuff and we're talking your language, talk to us. We'll go ahead and make sure it happens.
Yep. So we'll see everybody next week at the Tech Shamans.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.